Welcome back to the channel. Go Gretty here, and welcome to my list of cars that can win the Neo Classic competition at Big Willow. Get a lot of questions on the channel about this race because my tuned Nissan with the R92 CP engine cannot win this race without dropping the difficulty level, and you're looking for the car that can win this race, that can get you through this menu item, and this is probably the most difficult of the three Neo Classic competitions to get through. So here is my list of cars that can do that for you. This is the top 9 you see here are all capable of winning this race without too much trouble at all. Now, when you get to number 10, the Group 3 McLaren F1 GTR BMW, then you're going to have to drop the difficulty level. So once you get to 10 and down on my list, you'll need to drop the difficulty level, and I'll show you the rest of the list here. But these top 9, the BMW McLaren F1 GT race car, the Group 2 car, obviously the Escudo Pikes Peak Special, which can win all the races without any trouble, is probably your best pick for the Neo Classic overall. But all the old Group 1 cars, the Porsche 962, the Nissan R92 CP, the Sauber Mercedes, the Mazda 787B, the McLaren MP44, which is the F1 race car, also wins this race without any trouble at all, really. And the Mercedes-Benz CLK LM, the Group 2 car, also capable of winning the race. And then the Jaguar, the XJR9, it can win it as well. The Group 1 car is actually super easy to win the race, easier than the others because their tire wear and their downforce is so great and their fuel consumption is so good. I'll show you my tune to do that. It's nothing spectacular. It just gets it into the 800 pp range, and just throw some racing mediums on it and knock it out. It's super, super easy if you can get those cars, but I know they're expensive, so I have some other options for you. All right, for our alternatives, if you don't have the credits or something's not in the Legends dealership, you can win with the Group 3 McLaren F1 GTR, and you can win with the GTR 500, but you have to drop the difficulty level. I don't know why they suggest this as the car, the Supra GT 500. No clue. It doesn't have the downforce. You got to have downforce here to win. All right, the Porsche 911 GT1 Strassen version, the 97, that is an engine swapped car. So is the Chevy Corvette ZR1. I engine swapped that. The Nismo 400R is a tuned car. You can win the race with that because it can do the extreme tuning and it can get super light. Then, of course, you have the Nissan Skyline GTR V-Spec 2, which is capable of winning Fuji, and it is capable of winning Red Bull Ring, but you have to drop the difficulty level here to do it at Big Willow. The Nissan Skyline Super Silhouette Group 5, that Group 3 car, it may be able to win here with the difficulty level down. I didn't try it. If you want to give it a try, those are your credits. You can give it a shot, but those other cars you can win with the difficulty level turned down. And you turn down the difficulty level by doing this. All right, from your main screen, go up to the GT icon, go down to options. You'll in global options, go over to race difficulty, click on that, and then you can select hard, normal, or easy. Select easy if you want to win with those tuned cars. Normal, maybe if you want a little more challenge for the tuned cars. I don't know. I didn't bother and try. I always racing hard. The only reason I would drop down to easy is to test some things to see if they'll work. And if you just need to get through this menu, drop it to easy. Knock it out with the tuned car. Come back later, get the win in difficult with the Group 1 car or something like that. So that is an option for you. What makes this so difficult is the 10x fuel and the 12x tire wear here. And then, it points out your main rivals, the GTR 500 and like the CLK LM. And that's not the case. Then it gives you the suggested car in the hint section here as the Supra GT 500, which is an absolutely terrible car for this race. I have no idea. It's got a PP of 711. You go all the way up to 800. Maybe if you tuned that thing to the max, maybe it could. Maybe. I don't know. It's just much easier to grab a Group 1 car and knock this out. And the problem with these GT3 cars is you can't even really tune them. So maybe you could add a little more downforce and some NOS, but that's about it. So grab the R92 CP if you can. That was my favorite here. It was so easy. Racing medium, short shift, and it's just a delight to drive around Big Willow. And here's the tune that I use for the R92 CP Racing Mediums. I put the NOS here down to about 12 so I can, it'll last a long time. If I just need a boost to get by someone. 1400 rear downforce, 800 front downforce, 82 on the ECU, 86 on the power restrictor. That gets you to under 800 pp's, 799.98. Racing Mediums, short shift, send it. Win by a lot. All right, so here I am in the R92 CP. I run the brake balance 3 to the front. Get on the NOS button here at the beginning of the race, and I just start passing cars because it's just got so much downforce and it's so fast. And I look how I'm short shifting here. Well, you don't see it right here. But let's see when I come out of the corner here, you'll see me begin to short shift the car. It's able to make the number of laps without too much trouble. And the mediums last the entire race, so you don't even need to pit. All these Group 1 cars are just like this, so you don't have to push really hard to win the race. Just slowly glide by these cars and just let the downforce win the race for you. Plenty of fuel, plenty of tire to get to the end of the race. You can see here, I hit the NOS button just because I want to catch these cars up in front. Wasn't sure exactly how the car was going to play out in the long run. As you can see, I've got 9.2 laps of fuel remaining. See this? You can see the kind of a light line in the center of the track there. If you don't want to fly off the track at Big Willow, just kind of stay on that light center line there, and it'll help you from flying off into the desert. So you can see I'm already up into 10th place here at the end of lap 1, going on to lap 2, and I just continue to do this. Just drive easy. You're just going to go by everybody. You're just going to fly by everybody. Group 1 cars, super easy to win Big Willow. They'll also win the other races. They're a little tough at the Red Bull Ring because of the rain. If it does rain with these cars, I'm terrible in the rain, so I struggle to drive them. I like the all-wheel drive cars in the rain. The Escuda, hands down, wins all these races. This one's probably the most difficult for the Escuda, but it does win here. So if you're looking for a car that can win all 3 without a problem, the Escuda. If you're looking for one that's cheap that can win all 3, Nissan with the tuned R92 CP engine. This engine is in that Nissan Skyline. It'll win all 3, but you got to turn down the race difficulty here. But if it'll get you through the menu, you got to turn down the race difficulty if you want to get past it with that car here. But the Group 1 cars, definitely way to go. The Group 2 cars, a little more difficult because, they may win here and they may be able to win at Fuji, but then they can't win at the Red Bull Ring. So, do you want to waste that money on that Group 2 car? That's going to be up to you. Like that CLK LM, that wins here. I won that here without too much trouble at all, and I'll show you the tune for that here in just a moment. And I also won it in that McLaren F1. The MP44 can probably win at all 3, to be honest with you. The F1 car, I didn't try it at Red Bull Ring. I imagine it's a bit of a nightmare when it starts raining because that thing will just blow out the rear tires like nobody's business. But I imagine it's so fast that you could just short shift the heck out of it and probably still win at Red Bull Ring in that car as well. So, a bunch of options for you there because I know that's what you need to get through this race. Now let's look how much I won this race by. And this is the same story with all the old Group C or Group 1 cars here at Big Willow. All right, we come around the final corner here on lap number 10. You can see I'm putting in 108s, 107s, just easy driving. Winning by 23 seconds. 23 seconds, because you don't have to pit stop. You don't have to stop. Racing Mediums take you all the way to the end. You could probably even squeeze all the laps in on Racing Softs if you really want to try. I didn't even bother. I won this race with Racing Hards in a Group 1 car. So, if you're struggling keeping your mediums alive, throw hards on it. You'll still win the race. You don't have to pit stop. You're going to dominate. Look at that. Easy, cheesy, peasy all day long. For the F1 McLaren, I ran 600, 900 on the downforce. I had to drop the power down 79% on the output and 85 on the power restrictor. Racing Mediums, 12 on the NOS, again, just so I have plenty of NOS throughout the race. And those settings were good enough to get the win in the McLaren F1 GTR race car. So here we are on the final lap. You can see the tire wear not quite as good as the Group 1 car. Again, had to do some short shifting, but overall fuel made it and took an easy win there by 17 seconds. Not a problem. 14 million credit race car, so you should be able to win that with it. But yeah, so you can choose that one if you got it in your garage. That's the one you got from the Legends dealership. That will win the race as well. And here I am in the McLaren MP4 for the F1 race car. I'm on Racing Hards because I was just trying the car out. I didn't know if you could win the race. I didn't even know if you could enter the race, and it can. All you got to do is just power restrict it down to where it can fit under 800 pp. Again, drop some downforce if you need to where it can fit under the under the 800 pp, and then send it. This thing has got a ridiculous amount of downforce, so it can clearly win the race. Downforce is the key. You gotta be light, gotta have power, gotta have downforce. Those three things. That's the problem with the tuned cars, is they don't have the downforce. You can get them light, and you can add plenty of power, but they don't have the downforce. A lot of high-speed sweeping turns here at Big Willow really need that downforce, and with that high tire wear and the higher fuel usage, you got to be able to be light to be able to get to the end there with the fuel. As you can see here at the end, McLaren no problem winning this race. Coming around the final corner, you look at the tire wear. That's Racing Hard, so you could probably go softs, definitely mediums, and I'm going to get a 21-second win here. And again, short shift, let it fly. You just got to tune it down so it can fit the race. So that's another option for you if you have this in your garage and or it's a car you want to buy. So that will win the race as well. All right, also able to win this in the CLK. So I ran Racing Mediums here, a 548 front downforce, 900 rear downforce. Didn't need to remove any power at all to make it an 800 pp. In fact, I forgot to buy NOS, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just test it without NOS and see what happens. So I went ahead and sent it without NOS, which means if you have NOS, you can probably do even better than I did here. And I was able to win the race without even having the NOS. So for the CLK, I also ran the brake balance 5 to the front. You can see it right there. And then just sent it, even without, like I said, even without the NOS. I was able to run some really good lap times in the CLK. Felt pretty good around here. You got to be careful with the fuel, though. Fuel's not as good as the Group 1 car, so you really got to be vigilant on the fuel, and you've got to be able to short shift it. But you don't need to stop. Again, a no stopper on the Racing Mediums. And as you see here, coming around the last corner, the left front tire is absolutely roasted. I mean, I killed it. But, I mean, look at the gap there to P2. Got a nice 6-second gap there. So, not a problem. Got her across the line. Like I said, I'd be really careful with the fuel, but we did get the victory in the CLK LM. So, that is another option for you. So that gives you quite a few options to be able to win this race, get through this menu item. Like I said, if you can't afford the Group C/Group 1 car to get the win here on the difficult level, get through the menu item. You're just going to have to drop that difficulty, maybe grab a tuned used car from the used car lot that I showed you in my lower half of my cars that can win this race. And that'll get you through the challenge until you can afford the good car to go back and get your victory and or to get it the win on the difficult level. So hope that helped. If it did, hit the like and or subscribe. Come back, check out some more of the action. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to put it in the comments section. I will get back to you as soon as I see the comment pop up on my YouTube studio, and I'll try to help you out in any way I can, because I know how frustrating this race can be. So hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like I said, hit the like, subscribe, come back, check out some more. For myself, go Gretty. Y'all have a great